Hi everyone. If you want to create React Native applications within your system, then you have to set up the React Native environment first. No matter which operating system you are using, Windows, Linux or Mac OS, right? Everywhere you need to set up the environment, then you can create n number of applications with React Native. And in this part, we will learn that how we can set up environment for the Windows operating system. And for that, we will follow the official documentation and official steps, because there are some alternate ways also to set up the environment, but better to be just go with the official documentation. This is the always a best choice. All right, so what we need to do for that, firstly we need to install Choco, Node and JDK, which is Java development kit. After that we will download and install Android Studio, and within the Android Studio we have to download some SDKs and emulator, and then we will set up the environment variable for JDK as well as for Android Studio. And after that we are able to create our first React Native application, and we'll test that this is working fine or not. All right, so now let's go to the React Native.dev site, which is the official website of React Native. So let's just click over the get started, and there you will find two ways. First one is Expo Go Quick Start. Second one is React Native CLI Quick Start. This is the alternate option. You can use the Expo also, but as a developer, I always prefer the React Native CLI. And again, you will find some options, which is the development operating system, Mac, Windows or Linux. As I told you, we will set up the environment for Windows. And again, the target OS, Android and iOS. So in Windows operating system, you cannot target the iOS, right? You can only target the Android operating system. Here you can see that in the official documentation, this is also mentioned. One question you can ask to me there, like as I told you in previous video, in React Native we can create applications for Android as well as iOS, right? So why we cannot target the iOS operating system there? Because if you want to create and generate the iOS build from native code, then you need the Mac OS, right? Whatever code you will write for Android, this will perfectly work fine for the iOS application also. But if you want to generate and create application, then you need Mac operating system. Only on Mac operating system you can create the build for iOS. All right, and if you are using the Windows, then you can generate and create the things for Android. Cool. Now here you can see that firstly we have to set up the Node and JDK, and they are recommending that we should download Node and JDK through the Chocolatey. So what is Chocolatey? This is basically a package manager for Windows. This is really easy to use. So let's click over that link, and it will redirect to the another page. Just click over the try it out, and you will find some steps to install it. You just need to copy this command. See, this is the command to just install the Chocolatey. Copy this. And keep in mind, this command you have to run in the PowerShell, not only the normal command line, right? CMD. This command prompt you cannot use to install the Chocolatey. Just put there PowerShell, right? And it should be run as an administrator. Keep in mind, otherwise you will face some errors, right? So let's just paste this command there, and you will find that this is just getting installed. In one command your Chocolatey will be installed, right? After that, let's say if you want to check this is installed or not properly, then I'll tell you just after installing it how you can do that. Yeah, see, this is properly installed, right? So now you can just close this command line, open the again PowerShell, or maybe you can open the normal command prompt also, and just simply put there Choco. Once you will write there, this command should return some result. Here this is the Chocolatey version, right? So the next thing that we need to do, you can close this tab, come back there, and we have to install the Node.js latest version, as well as Microsoft OpenJDK 11, right? Here you can check that if you have already installed Node in your system, make sure that it is Node 14 or newer, right? And if you have already installed JDK in your system, then we recommend the JDK 11. you may encounter a problem using the higher JDK version. So just stick with these points and just go with that choco installation. That will be better, right? If you just want to save yourself from errors. And again, just go for the PowerShell, run as administrator. For this command, you can also use that command line also, but that should be run with the run as administrator. All right, just put this command and hit enter, and it will take some time to install Node as well as the Microsoft JDK, right? So while this is installing, I'm just going to tell the next step. So now what you need to do, you need to install the Android Studio. For that, you have to download it also. Just click over the given link and you will find that, yeah, this is the, once you will click on this download Android Studio button, the Android setup will be getting download, right? But I already downloaded this because this is a large file and it may take some time. So that's why I already downloaded this just 2 days back. This is the 16th and here you can see that this is the 14th, right? So what we can do there, we can just directly install Android Studio from this setup only. And now let's see, are they installed? So I think it will take some time. So let's wait for it. Alright guys, so both packages are installed. Now the next thing is we have to install the Android Studio also. So let's double click over there. So this is just verifying the installer. After that, there will be a dialog box for basic installation steps. And you can simply follow these steps. After that, let's just click on the installation, then next and finish. So after that, the Android Studio is installed and again there will be a pop-up for Android Studio. And now let's get back to the installation steps. Here we go. Now Node.js and JDK and Android is installed, and then let's click on the SDK manager. Once you will click over there, now you have to just download some dependencies, you can say that, which is the SDK platform and SDK tool dependencies, right? So what we need to choose there. Here you can see that in Android SDK, inside the Android 13, right, we have to choose the API, which is Android SDK platform 33 and Intel x83 Atom 64 system image, or either you can choose the second one, Google API Intel 83 Atom system image, right? So now let's get back to there. You can see that the source of Android 33 and Android SDK platform 33, these are already installed. If they are not installed and they are unchecked, then please make the check mark there like this, right? And after that, you can you have to choose that Google API Intel 8664 Atom system image. This is also installed. In case if this is not installed in your system, then you have to install it, right? And then how you can install this is really simple. Just click over this checkbox and then click on the apply button, right? And if this apply button is disabled, that means either this is not checked, this option is not checked, or either this is installed properly. So these two options should be installed, and here you can see that they are installed or not. You can verify these, which is Android SDK platform 33 and Google API Intel 86, right? Now let's come to the SDK tools and let's check what we need to install there. Inside the SDK tools, we have to select the Android SDK build tool 33.00, right? So again, come back there, and here you can see that 33.00. This is installed. Might be this is by default installed, or either because I'm also using the Android Studio since a long back. That's why they are already inside the cache. All right. And if again this is not installed, then you have to install it, and you have to click over the apply. Cool. And now just click over the OK. Everything is perfectly installed. Next thing, now let's see there. Now we have to set up the Android environment variable. How you can do that? Let's copy this Android variable from Android home from there, and let's go back to the environment variable like this. here you will find option for user variables and system variables. Inside the user variables, if you find Android home anywhere, that means this is properly installed, right? And if this is not this path is not there, then you have to check it like Android is installed or not. How you can check? Just go to the your system name, app data, and local Android SDK. Let me show you how we can go there. Let's go to the C drive, then users. Either you can go to the default or your name, and after that app data, local Android, and SDK, right? So as I told you, if this path is already present there, then that's okay. Otherwise, just copy this path from there and put there, add a new variable similar to it. How you can add this? Click over the new, put there Android underscore home, and in the variable value put this, right? This is already added, so I am just closing it. Otherwise, if this is not added, then I have to click over OK. So we can close it. Same thing, if you want to verify this, like this is properly installed or not, then open the PowerShell command again. Close it. You have to open the new PowerShell command and just run this command there. I'm pasting it here, and here you can see that Android home is present there. If Android home is present there in the list, that means our environment variable for Android home is set. Same as you have to set that variable for the Android platform tool also, right? How you can do that? Again, just copy this path. You can copy this path directly from there, or either if you don't want to copy this, you can go to the tools, and okay, you just need to go SDK, and there should be another folder, platform tools, right? This one. Just copy this, and I'm just telling you where you have to put it. Come back there, and now you can see that inside the system variable, right there. Let's click over the path, and in the path you will find that here you can see that Android SDK platform tools. Either if this is not included there, then you can include this path like this, or either you can copy this path and include this like this, right? But if this is already present there, then you don't need to add this. You can simply cancel it, right? Checking, it should be cancelled. Yeah, so you can cancel. You can just add the Android SDK platform tool also with the same way. Perfect. Now everything is fine. The next thing that you need to do, you have to run your emulator. This is working fine or not, you need to check it. How you can check this? Here you can see that we have a virtual device manager, right? Click over there. Now let's create a new device like this. So you can choose that resizable experimental device also, but sometime the system UI for this resizable experimental is actually not responding. So I will just go with that Android XL, right? So let's try with this once. I hope this should work fine. Just click over the next, and there you can see that the things are already there. It will work with that because we selected the API level 33, the ABV 83 and 64, and let's click over the next, and you can just finish this. This device is ready to use now, and now let's click to that launch button. Once you will click over there, new launcher should be there, and let's see this is working fine or not. Yeah, so that device is just getting ready, so let's wait for a moment. While this is getting ready, we can check one more thing which is really important. Let's close it, open this environment variable again. Let's check there if the Java home is set there. If this is not set, or if this is not proper, then keep in mind your Java home should be like this, program files, Microsoft and JDK 11, right? And how you can find this path? Let's go to the C drive, program files, there should be a Microsoft folder and this, right? And just copy this path and add a Java variable, Java underscore home. Let me show you how you can add Java underscore home and this. If this path is not available, keep in mind, if this is available, then you don't need to add it. Secondly, just open the path also, and there should this bin folder path is also there. Same path with the bin folder. Till now, it should be available in this list. If they are available, then okay. Otherwise, you have to add them. Alright guys, one thing, let's check device is ready or not. Yeah, this is still getting ready because first time it will just download some internal plugins and some packages, so it will take some time. One more thing that I want to show there, if you are facing some issues like Hyper-V, then what you need to do, just search for Windows features, turn Windows feature on and off, click over there, and then you will find an option there. Here you can see that Hyper-V. If this option is not checked, please check it, otherwise you will again face some issue. Alright, so if you want to check it, the proper documentation how this is worked, then this is again given there, right? You can find there in the Android developer.googleblog.com. So guys, our emulator is started now. For a moment this is showing that the system UI is not responding, so I will just fix this. But firstly, let's see that our application, React Native application, is able to create this emulator or not, right? So the next thing that we need to do, just go down and let's run this command. You can run this command in any folder that will actually install your first project in your application, so in your system. So I'm just opening the command line on the desktop and running this command like this, right? It will just take some maybe few minutes according to the internet speed and create a React Native application there on the desktop. After that we will run it, and to run it we need to run one more command, which is this npx react native run android. So here you can see that after some just click, this UI is not responding issue is just also gone. If you want to open some application until your React Native application is getting created, you can just try it with some other applications also. I'm just trying to open the YouTube there, but you can see that as we are just running this emulator first time on our device, that's why this is a bit slower, because it have to set the cache and other things in our you can say that in our system, so it will take some time. Once you will restart your system and just use this emulator, it will work perfectly fine with your system, right? So here you can see that this is YouTube, how this is working. Even we can close it. So now let's wait to install our application. But again, if you feel that you are getting this UI not responding message again and again, you can restart your system, as well as you can just set some configuration. I will make some different video like how you can just try some option to just fix this UI not responding issue. Sometimes this is related to your system performance also, and if you doesn't have graphic card in your system, then maybe this will give you some problem. And if your system configuration is good with the SSD and approximately 60 GB RAM, then it should work smoothly, right? Alright, so now application is installed. Now let's go inside this application and run npx react, this should be in the small, npx react native run Android. Hit run, and whenever you are running this command, if you have any issue with the environment variable or Java path or anything, then you will get the error at that time, right? And we will fix it. But most of the chances are there it should work fine. Alright, so again it will take some time because it have to bundle and build the application. So let's wait for it. So alright guys, now you can see that application is installed in our system, and we are able to scroll it. This code is written there. So what is written there and what is the code structure, what is the file and folder structure, everything we will discuss in the next part. So stay tuned, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Please like this video. If you have any query, question, you can ask me in the comment box. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.